This is the best value for the price memory card you can get for the latest Sony cameras. So if you film with something like the FX6, A7S III, A1, A7R5, A7 IV, FX30, FX3, then I think you really need to consider this card, especially if you want to unlock all the shooting modes in your camera, or if you do sports and wildlife photography. A great thing about the latest Sony cameras is that they almost all feature some sort of dual-use card slot where you can use CFexpress Type A, or you can use regular SD cards. So long as you get a V60 rating or higher, you can even film and take photos in most modes. But if you want to unlock every feature from your camera, then you had to buy the really expensive CFexpress Type A cards from Sony. A few months ago, AngelBird released this 1TB card for $500. And it does sound expensive, but when you compare the price per gigabyte, it's actually one of the cheapest options on the market. But first you have to ask the question, do you really need a CFexpress Type A card? And that depends on a couple of things. One, if you shoot in some of the higher frame rate modes, or especially in the high quality, high frame rate modes, then you have to use a CFexpress Type A card, otherwise you'll get this message. And while this V90 card from Sony works well on most modes, and it does work well on even taking high-speed photos with something like the A1 or the A7R5, there's still a reason you might want to use the CFexpress Type A cards, and that's this. That when you're taking high-speed photos with something like the A1 or the A9 II, eventually the buffer fills up. And so for uncompressed RAW, as you can see here, after about almost 100 shots, it slows down and starts taking much slower photos. But the big difference is when it comes time to clear that buffer. Watch how fast the buffer clears on the CFexpress Type A card, which is the AngelBird card, versus this Sony SD V90 card. It took 25 seconds to clear the buffer on this V90 SD card. It only took 11 seconds to clear it on the AngelBird 1TB card. That is a huge difference, especially if you're doing high-speed photography with a higher megapixel camera and you're wanting to make sure you don't miss any action in sports or in wildlife. Those few extra seconds can mean the world of difference. But of course, this also comes into play in shooting video. If you want to shoot higher quality codecs like XAVC-I, and you want to shoot 4K 120 on the A7S III, or if you want to use some of those higher frame rate modes on the FX6 or FX30, FX3, then you're going to have to use a CFexpress Type A card. Another reason to get CFexpress Type A cards is how fast they offload footage. It makes a huge difference when you're pulling the footage off of a CFexpress Type A card versus a V90 SD card, which has a fairly high read and write speed. You get all of your data, all of your footage off of these cards much, much faster. There's another reason you might want to consider one of the 1TB cards over some of the Sony options, and that's just the sheer amount of photos, uncompressed RAWs from an A1 or A7R5 that you can take, or the sheer amount of video that you can store on one of these. And if you're somebody like me who is running and gunning for long periods of time where you may not have opportunity to dump all of your footage, having all of that extra storage makes a massive difference in the fact that you can shoot and film everything that you need to film and not worry about running out of space. And in my case, when I've gone out to villages in Alaska to film, it has become invaluable to be able to have that much storage because sometimes I'm not able to dump footage at all for 1 or 2 days in a row. When I first bought this card, a lot of people that I talked to were concerned about the longevity. I've been using AngelBird media in some of my other equipment, both in micro SD cards in my drones and some other stuff for my Ninja, and it has been flawless for years. This particular card comes with a 3-year warranty, and being that my other experience with other AngelBird products, I'm not really concerned about it. But also the fact that I was able to buy 2 of these for under $1,000 and then basically redundantly record everything, I'm not too worried about if one of these does fail for some reason, which I don't think they will, that I will always have a backup and I don't need to worry about the space. Now there are links in the description to these cards, but if you can't find them in stock, then just buy them directly from AngelBird. I don't have an affiliate link with them, but they ship them super quick and they always seem to have them in stock. But next, you're gonna wanna watch this video right here. I'll see you over there, and as always, if you have questions, ask me in the comments below, or you can join my live stream, which happens most Wednesday nights from 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you again soon in the next video. Cheers.